Hey guys, so today I want to talk about the 7 stages of becoming a shaman. Well, not becoming because you already are born into being a shaman. Spirit actually chooses the person who is going to become a shaman. But you have to go through stages to get to that stage, to the like mastery sort of stage. And I just want to talk about how the stages, how it affected me, and how the stages was for me. The first stage was the call was back in 2019. I got really ill. I didn't know what was wrong with me. I couldn't walk. I was just in pain a lot. I went to the doctors and they didn't know what it was, so they diagnosed me with fibromyalgia. And at that point, I got put on lots of medications and antidepressants and pain relief and all this sorts of crazy stuff. And I just accepted the fact that I was ill, and I don't know, about a year or something. And then I just clicked. I finally just realised there's no way, there's something really wrong. And that's when I basically started my journey. I started to basically isolate, and that's what happens in your second stage. The second stage is isolation. It's separation from your community, separation from family, separation from basically you can't have a partner. I basically was separated from a partner for 8 years of being single, because that's part of the initiation. You can't be doing initiations with hating lovers or people coming in and out your life and disrupting your calling. Do you know what I mean? So I had to be separate from society for about 8 years. But in that 8 years, that came with the dark night of the soul, which is three. That's the third stage. The third stage was the dark night of the soul, when I realised that just everything was a lie. Everything I was taught was a lie. I was more powerful than I was led to believe. I realised that there was more to this 3D reality. I just knew that there was more, and I always questioned everything. Always, when I was younger, when I was a child, I questioned everything. But then that's when I started. I basically, the fourth stage was when I transformed. I basically put all my money, time, energy into. I became a Reiki master teacher. I went to a lot of courses and seminars, and you name it. I went into all sorts of topics. I went down the rabbit holes. I went down every route you could think of. But when I went down all the rabbit holes, it was killing my soul. So I went down the healing journey and getting to discover who I was at a soul level. And it was a lot of hard work. Do you know what I mean? I've seen a good couple of years, been on my own, not having outside interference. But that's what Spirit wants. Spirit wants you to be on your own, to learn, to just gain knowledge of all sorts of things. It could be eating, it could be meditating, connecting with source. It's all sorts of things that you have to go through. You know what I mean? And then basically after that is the sixth stage, was where you integrate everything that you've learned over the last 6 7 years 8 years of everything that I learned, like working with energy, learning about other realms, different dimensions, finding out that this isn't even solid 3D reality. It's a matrix. Um, it's not even solid matter. It's all vibrating at different vibrations, and everyone's consciousness. We're all basically one. We're all interconnected, and that's what they really don't want you knowing. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, and then once you learn everything, that's when the mastery begins, where you put all your skills and knowledge and everything that you've gained over the last 7 8 years, you put it into practice. And that's basically the stage I'm at right now, where I'm putting myself out there. I'm putting myself out there as a conscious coach. I'm co-authoring a book. I'll be coming out early next year. Yeah, I'm co-authoring a book to basically explain my story, because just to help other people. I went through a lot of addiction. abuse, lots of losses. Do you know what I mean? I lost a partner when I was very young. When I couldn't handle reality. I suffered from depression and anxiety for many years. And basically, my purpose, it was all to get me to my purpose so I can help other people, guide other people who's in the darkness. Because a lot of people do not really know that they're under spiritual attack. And I want to help guide people, and that's why I've started my own YouTube channel. So if you'd like to subscribe and you want to hear about consciousness, about awakening, about the Galactic Council, about remote viewing, astral traveling, all sorts of about twin flames. I've been on all sorts of journeys. Do you know what I mean? But it's basically about awakening. That's what the whole twin flame thing is about. It's just about awakening. It's nothing to do with the other person. But yeah, I just wanted to explain the 7 stages of basically just a remembrance of my shamanic roots. My dad was also a shaman. He is my guide from the other side. He passed away in 2009. I didn't know he was a shaman. I knew he was he knew about the secret societies, he knew about the Freemasons, he knew everything was corrupt and that, and he was trying to awaken people back then. That was like 30 odd year ago. He was trying to awaken people and help guide people and that. And yeah, he suffered from addiction problems as well, because a lot of the chosen ones do suffer from toxic families, addiction, yeah, just a chaotic kind of life. Do you know what I mean? But if you'd like to subscribe, yeah, it'll be full of just different topics each time I come on. I'll probably come on like 3 times a week, like a Monday, Wednesday and Friday, but I'm just sussing out this whole YouTube and basically putting myself out there, because it's all about helping people, other people that's in the madness or is going through an awakening and really struggling on the journey, because I know I struggled. I was very much on my own. Well, as I've just told you, I was isolated for a good 8 years. And it's got to this point where I am now, where I'm able to talk about my journey. I'm writing about my journey. I just want to help other people that's on this journey that's struggling. So yeah, if you'd like to subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, because I would really like to get to the 50 subscribers so I can start doing lives. I'm away to start doing podcasts as well. I'll be talking about the dark side of things, and letting people know what's really going on. Like when I talk to the Galactic Council, because I've interacted with them a few times. I had a life and death review with them, and that was my first interaction with the Galactic Council, and yeah, I was absolutely shitting my pants, I'll be honest. So I hate to watch what I do, to be honest, because we are getting watched all the time. Not in a bad way. The Galactic Council are here for they're here for the new Earth and everything. They're helping guide others that's on the same path as me. They're getting guided. But yeah, they're watching at all times, so I'm trying to be on my best behaviour. Do you know what I mean? I don't have anybody to basically. I'm not accountable. Nobody's taking me accountable apart from my dad and the Galactic Council. But yeah, I just want to share my experiences and give you a bit of knowledge about what's going on in the other realms and things like that. And my experiences. I've been in the Vatican. I've astral travelled a few times. Yep, it's as you go on the journey in your consciousness, you start the veil starts getting thinner and your gifts start coming online totally. Do you know what I mean? If you're hearing that noise, that's my dog snoring, Duke. By the way, you'll get used to that, because I'll be hearing it. I've got 3 dogs and I'll be hearing them in my YouTube channel. Do you know what I mean? Because they're part of me. That's I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for my dogs. Do you know what I mean? Because all the shit I've went through and being spiritually attacked by Freemasons personally. Do you know what I mean? It's been a right shit show. Do you know what I mean? So yeah. They're a part of my journey. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I really appreciate you for watching, and if you'd like to subscribe, I'd appreciate it. Have a nice time. Have a nice day. Take care.